Oh my gosh, hello everybody. I get to talk over these cutscenes now because of what I've been put through. It's everyone's favorite spire jumping friend, Ryoichi Cooper, who actually was also a Master Sushi chef.
Not gonna mince words, I'm not a fan of Ryoichi's design here.
I will agree, because I liked how he looked in the original cutscenes.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Agreed. But here it's, I don't know, something feels lost in translation. Speaking of which,
what should have been a peaceful village, or like a heavily patrolled military base.
Huh.
We located Ryoichi Sushi Restaurant only to find.
Also, I'm not the only one that thinks it's a little contrived that he was also the inventor of sushi, right?
Get ready for a lot of that.
Well, I mean, considering how cartoony the series can get, I kind of don't, pay too much mind to it.
It all sounded like a pretty
Fair,
tough piece
fair.
of fish.
I mean, this is the same franchise that got away with a giant robotic owl being the murderer of his live parents.
Out of prison.
Stay tuned. So, unfortunately, we have ourselves a big problem, which is one of the not the first Sly Cooper, but definitely one of the first major contributions to the Thieves Raccoonus. Yes.
There you have it.
He has been thrown in prison on false charges, and right away, welcome to the grand gameplay loop of the game. We got ThiefNet, which. Yes, I want that paraglider right away.
I mean, I'm honestly grateful they give you that thing, right from the get-go. That's a very vital tool.
I'm baffled that Bentley does not get his sleep ammo. His sleep ammo is optional for the most part.
Yeah,
or at least not needed right away. So in our hideout, you can select any of your three characters. They'll usually have a little, bit above their head if they actually have a mission to go to. Murray's so ready. He goes, oh.
Yeah.
Back to sleep.
What time are we at?
These are what time are we at?
Yeah.
Oh, timestamp? Go to 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Alright, and I'll let you know when to hit play on that. So in our hideout, there's a bunch of little mini games. The wardrobe is for a whole new mechanic we'll learn about later in this game. All of our major treasures. I'm not going to go for every treasure in the game, sorry. Only the actual gameplay affecting ones, which, as you can notice from the loading screen, back from slide 2, they brought back clue bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome to Japan. And, Doug, 3, 2, 1, play.
Alright.
Welcome back, Doug. And welcome to the overworld. And, might I say, despite some slowdown issues, oh my gosh, these hub worlds are, actually gorgeous compared to, the original, with how much they how much detail they add into these areas.
Oh, yeah, no, they're very eye-catching. It's just a shame that when it comes to the actual, jobs we have to go through in this game, you rarely ever travel through in them.
Yeah.
I know. So, just like I did with slide 2, I'm going to be starting off, and to justify my use of cutting around the area, I'm going to first start off by showing all the clue bottles that I can find.
Yep, which they actually did bring back since Slide 3 left them alone.
I know, which is a bummer, because I liked them in Slide 2. And so, note that in a number of cases, I will not be able to get every clue bottle right away, not until I start, interacting more with the new mechanic of this game. But, again, to bring Doug up to speed, how I did in Slide 2 was... before we did any missions, I would first do a grand, showcase of the current overworld map by the excuse of, hey, I'm clue bottle hunting, and you'll get to watch me go around and hunt for all these clue bottles. Here's one. That way, when it's time to start doing the missions, I can save time by saying, oh yeah, just run over here, and you already have a kind of a general lay of the land. So
speaking of saving time, I noticed earlier that you actually have been cutting around this game's obnoxiously long load times.
You're welcome.
This game is absolutely horrid about that, especially when you're going back to your hideout, swapping characters, and then heading on back to the hub world. They're considered separate loading zones, which is a huge no-no, considering the Slide 2 and 3 completely nixed that by just having the character select in the exact same area.
Oh yeah, no, it was honestly ingenious how they did it and the fact that you could always technically see that little map at all times. It was loaded in as part of the geometry, as you mentioned.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the primary reason for the, slight compatibility issues with the PS3 version of Sly, especially when it comes to the load times, is mostly because of this game's, not only is it available for play on the PS3, but also on the PS Vita. And the PS Vita version, if I'm not mistaken, let's just say this game had to be made for both. And as such,
Really?
I guess some things just weren't quite as optimized as well as they should have, at least for the main console.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it! If it's
Yeah.
not
In
one
fact, I
ice
think it's
climber
because of that
problem, it's another problem.
I think it's because of that very reason why spoiler warnings. This game ends on a cliffhanger, and that would have been addressed via like a future patch. But I
like
want
a
to
DLC,
say
like bonus campaign or something.
yes. But unfortunately, that got nixed, and I want to say the port up to Vita was pretty much the huge priority for them.
And unfortunately, after the budget and stuff, first of all, now that I think about it, I don't even has Sanzaru done any. I guess backing up, the reason why they went with Sanzaru was I want to say Sanzaru were the ones responsible for the Sly Cooper trilogy.
Yes.
Port up on PS3.
Yep.
Yep.
Which fun fact, our first. Something's burning.
Rams.
That.
There's
Not
that ham
my
again.
12-footers. Anyway, so then, which again, fun fact was that our first ever glimpse at what this game would look like was actually this world map. If you managed to complete every single game in the trilogy 100%.
On the collection,
Get
yeah.
everything. Yeah. That was like your first big like reveal of, hey, we got something new in store. And I remember being so like stoked for that because I really do love the Sly Cooper trilogy, like, and how it made stealth games remarkably accessible for a younger audience.
Real quick, let me know when you get to 7 minutes.
Sounds good. The things that we both looked past and maybe didn't miss about doing post-com, but it's something
No
we would
kidding. No fucking kidding.
Ah, well. Okay. Hang on. Just gonna put this guy down. Get another clue bottle over here. More on that freaking rhino later. For James, we're gonna be doing that in 3, 2, 1, play.
There we go. Back on
Hey, look, a
track.
treasure. I'm not picking that up though, because I don't want to have the unbearable weight of responsibility of having to care for that thing. Because I believe most cases, if you take damage,
Sly's
from
afraid
treasure,
of
you lose
commitment.
it. I mean, isn't that? I mean, I kind of figured that was the whole crux behind where we got ourselves into this mess in the first place.
Because again, the itch just came back.
I'm gonna.
I'm pretty sure there's an ointment for that, Sly.
I'm gonna maybe anger some people, but for me, the line "that itch came back" kind of gives me somehow Palpatine returned vibes.
Well, I'll say this, like, I don't know if I don't know if I'd go that far, because, like, would you say it's, like, completely out of character for Sly to have some part of him that kind of misses being a thief?
I feel like it would at least make sense. I mean, I guess the one thing that doesn't also help is that, let's be real here, how long has it been? Like, they never explained how long it... okay, I guess they don't do the rewind time thing. I guess that's only when you splash in the water, but what was I going to say?
Yeah.
They never explicitly say how long it's been since Sly 3's events. Like, for all we know, it's probably been, like, maybe 5-10 years.
I will definitely say that when it comes time to it, Penelope looks like she's aged quite a bit.
No kidding. I mean, granted, the jumpsuit does not help.
And I forgot, did she get a whole new actress and stuff?
No, it's the same one.
Nope.
Huh, okay. Well, again, more on that later. For now, I mean, I just see moving
Also,
around
we know.
the,
Also, for those any Sly fans watching this, we know we'll get to that point later.
And for those if those are curious, as I will also bring up, fun fact: Kevin Miller is even kind of on the fence about why they did that. Excuse me.
What the?
Because I don't know if I had already mentioned this, Doug, but actually, when I was watching for one of the Games Done Quick speed runs, they actually had Kevin Miller in on a call for a Sly Cooper 1 speed run. Ooh. Almost got tongue tied there. And apparently he's been like a really big fan and friend to the speedrun community, and like really been enjoying watching them like, play these games and like optimize them to the fullest.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, I really do. I forget, is the second best podcast still running to this day, or do they like stop that?
I think so. Granted, it's been I don't keep up with it, so I'm not entirely sure. I just know that one of the last ones was like a while ago.
That's fair. Excuse me. I really do hope that that Kevin is still doing okay and getting because unfortunately I have not heard of any like new big like standout roles that he's had. I don't know if he's retired or just nothing's coming in, which I would be really bummed out by, because I really do like his performances.
Same.
Yep. While I actually Google that as opposed to sitting on my lazy ass and not actually looking into it.
I mean, hey, it's post-com. You can totally do it.
Yeah, that's fair. Let me look that up. Kevin Miller, voice actor. While I'm looking this up, we'll say that again, for the most part, the movement it's just gonna be a little. It's actually really weird. It's floaty in some areas and a little stickier in others. It's just something where if you definitely go to this game right from slide 2 and 3, your muscle memory will get the better of you at times.
Actually, if there's one thing I will say, thinking back on how this game controls versus the original trilogy, I'd also say that the characters feel a little snappier to control, because I definitely remember feeling a bit of a looseness with them, like in the original trilogy, most especially in like most especially the sequels.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I looked it up, and yeah, the last thing that he was in was 2018's Dynasty Warriors 9 as just an extra soldier, unfortunately.
Oh well.
But I mean, looking into this, I mean, I've seen. I mean, he was apparently in Scooby-Doo and the Scary Stone Dragon.
Really?
Huh.
I don't know what that was. Of course, I mean, as we actually mentioned in another commentary earlier this year, he is the voice of the noise tanks enemies in Jet Set Radio, like whenever they're not doing their squeaky noises, which is neat.
Huh.
And rather appropriately, he was in a Carmen Sandiego game.
Was he? I assume he was not a thief in that one.
No, I would have loved if he was Carmen Sandiego. Oh my gosh, I would love to see how that would pull off.
A gender-bent
The
Carmen
rules have
Sandiego.
The roles have reversed.
Now, actually, fun fact, apparently he was actually one of the protagonists named Cole Gannon.
Huh.
With two ends.
Also, much like the original, much like 2 and 3 beforehand, do not collect a clue bottle near a guard, because they will hear the bottle crashing.
Yep. So I'm gonna make sure to take him out first, and then go for it. Oh, and I can already hear that someone got hurt. That, so I'm gonna quickly get out and see.
What the heck was that?
Who smashed my bottle? And of course, be careful to run.
Jin, was that you?
I swear it wasn't true. And,
Jin, we've been over this. It's been the 4th time today.
Oh crap! I thought I could knock him into the river.
Oh, you didn't see that. It didn't happen. Totally retconned.
Now they
Rewind.
drowned.
Okay, we're good. That's what I was trying to do, and be sneaky about it, and messed up.
It's so weird, like some of the quirks with this game, and despite how, I mean, there's a lot of things that work, a lot of other things that don't. I mean, it's such a weird thing to think about, considering this, especially when you really look at how this game was crafted. It definitely, you could tell it was a passion project.
Oh yeah. So, good news. I was able to get all the bottles without needing any of the like weird MacGuffins.
Yay.
Next couple maps may not be as safe. So, as I saw before,
Speaking of safe,
here is probably why this game will never get a true like port up. Is that we actually need to do two things. First, we gotta rotate this around until it hits the arrow. Then the 6-axis gyroscope to rotate it around. Come on.
I mean, you say it's likely not gonna get reported because of that. You do realize that a good majority of or at the very least, when it comes to like PS3, like the Sony consoles or even Nintendo, it's like they still use gyroscope.
Then I guess I always wondered what was the main difference. Don't hit those. Between that and 6-axis.
Well, 6-axis is just one of the earliest incarnations of gyroscope.
We need to break Ryuichi out of jail.
I will also say that they definitely went a bit above and beyond with the Banaki-com cutscenes.
Camera work?
Well, in that it's not just like faces, it's just not just shots of their faces mugging.
Which is all fine and good. The writing is definitely on and off, but I mean, take the good with the bad, as I say.
I am curious. I'm gonna look into like the writing staff of this game.
Yeah. I got you, pal.
Thank you.
But maybe we should stick with English.
Sayonara, Cooper-san.
It's okay, Bentley. We'll
I
work on
can't
it.
believe we made it out of Paris.
I mean, I understood that much.
Fair. So let's get a quick little shot of that. Bam.
Age-old reconnaissance.
Yep. Again, like for the most part, like they definitely were wanting to take a lot of. They were definitely wanting to take a lot of pointers from Slide 2 more so than 3. Like.
Well, because between the two of them, 2 is the less divisive game.
Just the overall better game, really.
I really do enjoy that. That didn't happen, by the way. That was retconned. Me jumping into that river. It's officially, it's okay.
Officially wiped from the timeline.
I definitely landed on this bridge and went for the rope like I was supposed to. Which, again, the general physics and everything, like they wanted to do their best to give this.
Don't mind me, Mr. Gord.
That was me saying, not the boar, the door above the boar.
Oh.
Door. Oh.
Hey,
Hey.
a
Hey,
bird.
fucker.
He looks like an actual owl now.
And I actually do like this redesign. So, yes, that's another thing I'm going to try and do for this commentary is multiple times you can find our old friend Clockwork because I appreciate that Sanzaru did their homework on the fact that, yes, he was supposed to been... He was supposedly keeping an eye on the Cooper lineage throughout all time, fueled by his own hatred. So you can actually find him at multiple points in this game, in certain missions, just hanging around. Which I like that detail. I like that detail for the fact that, yeah, Clockwork never once appears in an actual cutscene nor mission. So them making that entire model and all those animations was all just for a little Easter egg like secret.
Again, this game, the people that made these games were fans. It's just
They were misinformed
You know,
fans.
Well,
to some degree.
I think that's the biggest problem. Is that I feel like in their appreciation for this game, the writing unfortunately started to reach fan fiction levels. I think at times,
Yeah.
but again, not to discredit Kevin Miller, Chris, what's his face, and
Chris
Murray
Murphy?
all. Thank you, and Murray all gave like. All gave their fun into this show and this shindig.
Oh yeah,
It's always
the
gonna be
voice
better than
acting.
Move Heroes.
Yeah, the voice acting overall, I think it's fine. Like honestly, like I'm sure this is another patented hot take. I feel like out of the 4 games, this might be like Kevin's most like expressive he's ever been as Sly.
Bentley, remind me
Yeah.
to buy you your own
I did.
camera.
I also noticed that maybe it's just me, but I've noticed the further along he voiced that Chris voiced Bentley, the more raspy his take was.
I think that's fair.
It's mostly, and it pretty much reaches its peak, obviously, with this game.
A geisha house.
Also, yeah, you'd be surprised what they pass off for geishas in this timeline.
Oh,
Ooh,
Not the least of which is this weirdo right here.
Your
Nah,
year
I'm
is
just kidding.
over. It's now for the bunnies.
you know better. Meet El Jefe. Spanish for the boss.
El
Who
Jefe.
is well, the boss of this world. Featuring one of
This guy definitely
repeated
looks out of place.
performances by a Mr. Nolan, if I'm correct.
yeah, Nolan
Yep,
North.
Nolan North.
This guy's
Yep.
ugly mug
Yeah.
for Bentley. He should be crawling around a tropical jungle somewhere.
Let's get a look at that mug.
I want to see if I can get a good look at him. Oh,
Not too close, not too close.
Stars in ancient Japan.
Do it while he's doing jumping jacks.
yeah.
Did anyone see me?
I'm sure I recognize that guy. He's wanted by Interpol.
Wait, if he's currently wanted by Interpol, then what is he?
For overthrowing several small
That's a
So, what
mystery.
kind of mess are we in, Bentley?
I don't know, but one thing's certain. My hunch was correct. We aren't the only ones with a time machine.
Oh,
Oh.
crap. You could have guessed.
I mean, it explains a lot. Anyway, back in the hideout, we'll purchase
Solid.
Murray's Elbow El Dropo combo.
Why not? And the Cane Swap combo, because you'd be surprised that that's not actually already locked. There's a couple of goodies in there, but sorry, I don't know what.
Honestly, some of the more game-breaking stuff you can that actually becomes available for purchase pretty early in this game.
Oh, absolutely. Also, I don't know. I just love the idea of just a horse. Just... Anywho.
Database security, Murray's pants.
Whatever, Sly. This is no
Just the silliest things that make me laugh, and that's just one of them. Just one guy, like, it'd probably be like,
Also, I love that timing of us talking about stupid stuff like horses, and Bentley's like, "This is no laughing matter."
sorry. You're right. This is Sly 4.
I mean, have you ever like seen a horse, Bentley?
Oh, real quick. So I know Sly 3 tried to make this sort of a point where sometimes you'll be given a disguise to fool the guards. Sly 4 decides to take that and bump it up a notch.
Yep. So, first things first is we need to, in some cases, we need to either find, collect, or assemble the costume. So, first off, I need to try and find 2 more pieces. The next one should be...
You don't think anyone saw that, do you think Bentley?
So what?
All I'm getting over on the intercom is that guy owed him like $30, so I'm pretty sure no one's gonna blame you for that.
I think you mean.
Also should be worth...
That guy owes me 40 yen, so I mean, just, whatever.
That's chump change, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's like 4 pennies.
Dude, inflation, man. Like time, like this, like.
Yeah, when you put it that way, in this timeline's economy, it probably would be 40 yen.
You would be amazed by how much the money exchange has changed since the ancient times of Sly Cooper. Google Sly Cooper inflation to learn more about it, I promise.
The sad thing, you say that as a joke. Why do I get the feeling that is an actual fan-made article somewhere?
Real talk people do not look that up. You'll regret it later. Anyway, samurai armor.
It's done. Why is it doing that?
Well, you'll see.
It's a very specialized shield from ancient times that vibrates at the nearest source of trouble.
I'm pretty sure, Sly, that's how you know that it's happy.
Now, and be sure to tell it that you're flattered, but you're already in a committed relationship. Well, you were until Carmelita found out.
So when you're putting this thing on, in most cases, you're not really going to be able to do much walking around, because this thing is... Oh, he actually thinks we're a real general.
It's super clunky. But, anyway.
Open the door.
A little short to be a commander, aren't you? Who are you?
Why, I am Major Mugshot.
And good enough.
I know that name.
I've never heard of you.
Thankfully, he doesn't.
Dare question me?
Good thing, too.
Son, I've been a guard since you were just a squealing piglet. Wait until I tell the general about this. I hear he loves pork chops.
Oh.
Wait,
You had to say the C word, Sly.
recognize you. Please, go right in.
Alright, it's just kind of waddling
Might wanna
along.
put on that armor before the
Oh,
guards
yeah, let's put that
find
back on again. So,
Yeah,
L2
better
button
to play it safe.
You can equip multiple disguises, and yeah, as James mentioned, like these are this game's brand new big mechanics to how this game operates. Is that various puzzles will be reliant upon whatever you're using. The armor, as opposed to the armor, in addition to getting these guys to tuck in that chest and give us a fair salute.
Tuck in that pig belly, private.
Cooper.
Suck it in.
Amazing.
Also, pay no mind to their kinks.
Oh, that's just their torture
It's just-
devices.
Yeah, such as this guy.
He's getting the brunt of it.
Which brunt?
Poor sucker. I don't know, either end actually. And oh, hello.
Hey, Ryoichi Cooper. Are you okay?
You gods all seem to make very poor jokes.
Come on. I'm not one of those bozos.
Oh, supposed to see in front of. Oh, okay, I'm back.
The name
There
is
you go.
Sly.
I see. A fellow ninja. Very good. You
I'm sure that
need to
voice
make
sounds
your way
familiar
the
to a couple of
dragon
anime
bridge to
nerds.
reach this
Anime
cage.
nerds,
Who is
comic
he?
book nerds.
I'll be there soon. Just
Wait, who is he?
He's Steve Bloom.
Very
That's
funny.
Steve Bloom.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I played this entire game and I did not know that was Steve Bloom.
Yep. That is Spike
The more you know.
Sequel, aka Wolverine, aka Killer Croc.
Huh. All right. Well,
AKA Crash Bandicoot.
Well, for one game, but yeah.
still, I mean, that's pretty cool. So looking into it, other such voice actors that we can look forward to would be Sam Riegel, Patrick Seitz, freaking Yuri Lowenthal, and a
I can't believe it.
Brian George.
He's a legend.
Oh, yeah, though, we'll put them on as soon as we start hearing from them, but right now we gotta
Lord,
do
we're
more
in a-
sneak-ins.
Literally squeezing through a pig pen right here.
Yep.
Excuse me?
I'm sure they won't know. I'm sure one of them won't turn to their right side.
Yeah, like, especially the table you were crawling under had like a giant gaping hole in the center of it that I'm sure someone would have saw.
This is awkward. Okay, as you were.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay, boss.
Man, he's such a nice man.
Sly, what's wrong? I can't jump. I can't jump at the thing, Bentley. It's too heavy.
Oh, come on. It can't be that heavy.
Well, why don't you try?
Sly, what have I told you about skipping leg day?
You know what, Bentley? You're so right. I need to take better care of my legs. You know, kind of like you.
Okay.
Dick
now
move,
then.
Sly. Dick move.
Oh, we've been doing like a bunch of these throughout the game.
Yeah, we're only getting started here. So again, dodging more of these weird things. So yeah, this is why we want to be in the armors, because the armor is completely fireproof.
Hot, 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 hot.
fire resistant. Wow, where
Actually, yeah, honestly, that does not make sense. If Matt were here, he would call upon the science of the fact that wearing something metal to be fireproof. Ow!
a giant axe.
you're basically now just encasing yourself in an oven.
Now you know why. Now you know why samurai / European armor never stuck.
Yeah, like Matt would be on the entire case of this game for such a weird, abnormality. Thankfully, he doesn't care enough about Sly to actually give us that.
Which is a bummer, because like I know we've talked with him before.
Wow.
I know we've talked with him about this before, but like for someone who really likes his stealth games, like Metal Gear and stuff, I feel like, at the very least, especially more so in Sly 2's case, I feel like this is a fairly solid.
Also, mind you, he's made it clear he's not too big on platformers, and this game, save for like the obvious amounts of stealth that it does provide, is mostly a platformer.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Well, I like platformers.
Me too.
Me too.
I like.
I especially like Sly Cooper. I mean, why do you think we're all here?
Sorry, I just had to appreciate that for a bit.
It's like I just wanted to look at it, really say.
That's a face only a mother could love.
Yeah. Again, very expressive animation. So I decided to do a little bit of some digging.
Oh.
Okay, we're good. So, again, it's been after a long while when this game came out. Everyone kind of was with that cliffhanger that we'll get to later. Everyone was kind of really hoping there'd be another one, but unfortunately back in 2014, Sanzaru had to finally release a statement on Facebook saying that, yeah, no, sorry, Sony has not picked us up to make a 5th game.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help, too, that, like, sad as to say, this game flopped hard.
Yeah.
And someone believe, and US gamers... Basically, some people theorize it was because of the poor performance on the sales, and the fact that at the time a lot of people were more so gravitating towards hyper-realistic games like your Uncharted's and stuff like that.
I mean, not to mention that, Sly was never like a huge gangbuster sort of seller for Sony, so it's like the fact that they made a 4th game literally like less than 10 years after the last one, yeah, not everyone's gonna catch on or care.
Well, I mean, it really is weird to use that caveat of, like, no one would care, especially nowadays, because, like, to be fair, you can make the same argument for games like, say, Medieval, yet that didn't stop them from making, like, a pretty high-caliber remake of it, like, years after the fact.
And out of nowhere, again, the fact that Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart became a thing is still, and Crash 4 and stuff like that, is why I still have some hope that maybe something could be done. And apparently, at least according to this Wikipedia page, somewhere in the middle of August of 2021, rumors were starting to circulate about a Sly 5, although...
I think that's all bogus. Especially considering, I think Sucker Punch have made it clear that whether it be from them or Sony in general, nothing's in the pipeline.
Okay. I know the last thing Sucker Punch did was that Ghost of Tsushima game.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Which I heard that's still pretty good in its own right.
It's good, and I mean, unlike the Sly series as a whole, did gangbusters.
Oh.
So obviously that's probably going to get continued in the future. But anyway, in the meanwhile, Sly is a ninja, Sly is not.
And unfortunately for those two guards, the security system means knocking everybody off.
Leave no witnesses.
Yeah, I don't quite think this was the best. I don't know if that was the best way to tackle this. So, time to learn how to use the shield. Not only does it protect fire, but in some cases you will need to use the shield to repel obstacles from afar.
And I want to say this is like one of the only times it's absolutely necessary.
Well, don't forget, like, I know at the very least the boss of this is going to have a system like it as well.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I think the biggest fault of the costume system that we'll soon learn is that it's very situational.
And some of them get far more screen time than others.
Yeah, it is weird because, like, to be fair, I feel like that kind of situationalness can also be applied to, like, the costumes in 2 and 3. Like in the case of, like, in those games, like, you mostly need them just to, like, get past guards, and something I don't think we talked about, like, a feature from that they actually removed in this game is the fact that, like, when a guard sees you in costume, you have to do, like, a little, like, follow the leader, like, thing with Bentley. It's like, oh, here's the password.
Right.
I'm not...
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I
sorry.
didn't want to alarm you, but my full name is Sly Cooper.
I'm your relative.
Well, just the fact that I do agree with James that I guess they realized that kind of became tedious after a while.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was just easier just to stick to the rooftops. And,
Now perhaps you would open the cage so that we may escape certain death.
Right, of course.
That probably would help.
Thank goodness this cage pretty much can do just about anything.
You're gonna have to just trust me. We're just gonna have to jump off this thing, or else we die.
Well, thankfully, again, they're Coopers.
Right, they know how to get
They
out
trust one
scraps.
another, and
Whoop!
and just like that, ancestors saved.
They truly are one of a kind.
And as we're soon about to learn, for better and for worse, the game likes that we have ancestors and quickly forgets about Sly Cooper.
Kinda. I don't think it's that bad about it, but you'll see what we mean next part.
Alright, stay tuned.
Till next time.
Now who would like some sushi?
I do.